So I started doing it and I haven't been able to stop, and it's got worse.
And it's gotten worse, especially when you're anxious.
Yeah, yeah.
I get that. Yeah, it's like I do a thing. It's called stimming. So stimming is when you do the same action over and over again. It is
Hmm.
a very common autistic trait. Now, just squeeze my fingers, squeeze my hands,
Hmm.
bite my bite my fingers quite a lot, and I'm always like this, basically putting my hands into a fist and pressing them as hard as I can.
Hmm.
So it's just a release thing. It's like when I'm happy, when I'm overwhelmed or whatever. It's like I have to do this thing, to calm myself down and bring myself down.
You've got this energy inside, and you don't know how to get rid of it.
Yeah.
So in this, rather than going out to doing the gym, maybe I should go out walking or whatever. But as soon as I sit down and relax, watching a movie or whatever, that it starts. It's as soon as I sit down and stop
Mhm.
and relax, this is when this, because I've got all this
Pent
pent
up
up
energy.
energy and excitement. So this,
Yeah.
the nails get it.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's quite similar to stimming, like
Mm.
my daughter, she's 8, and what she does is she flaps her hands.
Yeah, my
So
dad
it's
does that.
yeah, flaps her hands.
Hmm.
And my son just sort of sways from side to side,
Hmm.
do that quite a lot. And it is, it's a common autistic trait. Yeah, so it's their way of. I think a neurotypical person would probably just go for a walk or do something else, but they can't really
Yeah.
do that, I guess. It's just, I don't know, I just always saw it as something that I did, and then they do it too, so.
Yeah, but it's not very nice when you're holding hands with your partner and you can feel all this hard bitten skin and scabs and what have you. It's not very nice when he's holding my hand.
But have you asked him how he feels holding your hand?
Doesn't pay attention. He knows it. He wouldn't be paying attention to it. He knows it. He knows I do it. Obviously,
Mm-hmm. Of
he knows obviously that the traits and things like that.
course.
I've tried wearing gloves. I've tried solutions on my fingers.
Mm-hmm.
I bite through everything. It doesn't bother me that there's some disgusting chemical to stop me. You've got the what's it called again? The stops you from biting your nails, the nail varnish. Put
Mm-hmm.
on like nail varnish. I've been given cuticle oil to try and help the healing process, and as
Right.
soon as they're healed, I'm
Yeah, I'm doing it again.
migraine.
I get it. I get it. Yeah, yeah, something that you can't really help, and it's it can it can be quite annoying sometimes, don't you find? And frustrating
Mhm.
when you're trying to stop and you just can't help it.
Even when I was doing the Twitch stream a few weeks ago or a few months ago, however long it was, I sat and watched back at it, and I'm like, oh dear,
Mhm.
you can see me.
Mhm.
Put my
Biting.
hands through my fingers. And it's a wonder I haven't caught an infection.
Uh-huh. Okay.
I've never caught an infection off my fingers.
Right.
We doing this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Then again, my hands are never out of water. My hands are hardly out of water. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I get
it's.
that. I guess for me, like, well, I used to bite my fingers quite a lot, like just, my
Mhm.
knuckles. Um,
Yeah. Hmm.
I used to do that a lot, and especially when I was a kid, and the other kids would be like looking at me a bit like, "What's she doing?" And yeah, so I guess because I was always different than the other kids, so I struggled forming relationships with people. I always struggled making
Yeah.
friends. Yeah, I always struggled making friends because of these
I
different
don't think
quirks.
that. It was. I didn't struggle making friends. I think people were more friends with me just because they wanted to see what malarkey shenanigans that I would get up to next because I had no filter. If I was going to do something, I'd do it without question and cause not trouble, but mischief.
Yeah.
Like say going into a shop and making sweary words out of the lettered candles and walking away and leaving them, just putting hats on and taking my photograph with a stupid face. Now I don't even take selfies.
Mm.
I'm starting to.
Yeah.
I'm starting to do things that I used to do. So yeah, that's how I mean I say that the old me is coming back. Maybe a more tamed down version of myself to what I was before. Because I could use certain people a run for their money of the shenanigans that
Of
I
the
could do
shenanigans,
or I did.
yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. As I say, I had no filter.
Yeah.
But now it'd be a more reserved version of me. I will think
Right.
about, right, okay, if like say someone in the bar dropped their drawers and showed their bum.
Yeah.
Ah, hold my pint. Come here, you. I would do the same. Now I'm like, no, no. I'll just stand there and go, you're going to look at yourself down the line and see this video and you're going to go, what did that do? All I
What
can
did
say
I
is
do?
thank God there's no camera phones back then. There's no evidence of my shenanigans.
Oh, we had
Well, in
fun.
fact, if you look at my Facebook and you see my photographs of my 40th birthday, that's the kind of shenanigans I was getting up to. Some of the photographs did not make the cut.
Oh God.
I'd have been kicked off Facebook. But yeah, I'll still get up to mischief, but a
More tamed now, do you reckon?
more diluted version.
I get that.
So it's a case of okay, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things that I used to get up to, but now, honestly, is there's so many things that I used to do before that I didn't really care about the consequences that now I just get too anxious about it and I wouldn't do any of it.
Think about the people around me. Do they really need to see me do this? No, they don't. So I won't.
Hmm.
But I will be doing some shenanigans.
So be we'll be expecting something from you then.
Yeah. Any events you may see something, you may not. It depends on my mood if I'm up to doing some shenanigans. It depends who the band's what band's playing.
I guess. Yeah, yeah,
If
yeah.
it's a band four act before and everybody's standing there like bored, I'll just stand there, do some stupid dancing, pulling a face and what have you, just to put a smile on people's faces
You're
until the
braver
band
than I am.
the playing the fool, playing the clown.
Do you
If I
feel
can make
like
somebody laugh for 5 minutes.
yeah, I was just thinking, do you feel like that's a different side of you? Is that a way of
Mhm.
dealing with, your anxiety when you're out and about?
Mhm. If I can make someone laugh for 5 minutes, then job done.
Hmm.
Because you're standing in a crowd, you don't know what that person's maybe thinking at that time. Maybe they're thinking, having a wee bit of a hard time mentally, going,
Mm.
I need to go home, I can't be here. They feel suddenly overwhelmed.
Hmm.
And usually, doing a wee bit of shenanigans just to break that, because I can read some of my friends quite well. It's like they didn't want to come out in the first place. You forced them to come out. So
Mm.
you feel responsible for making their night. And if you're
Right,
standing there like face tripping them,
right. Yeah, I get it.
you're like, okay, they're not going, like they'll not come back out with me again.
Right.
So if I put on a wee bit of a shenanigan show, maybe to break that, to
Hmm.
break that spell that they're
Hmm.
under, for want of a better way of putting it
Yeah,
again.
yeah,
That's
I
all
get
I've been
it.
saying, isn't it?
You're making sense. Don't worry.
Oh, thank God for that. I thought I was rambling on. Yeah.
Ah, no, don't worry. It's fine.
That's what I feel. I feel as if I'm doing it, that I'm just talking
No,
rubbish here.
no. It makes a lot of sense. I think for me, it was always like be the part of being a part of a group, but then I don't know, I was always telling jokes and stuff like that because that's the way that I would deal with my anxiety of being, my social
Mhm,
anxiety, being in a group, and that was a way of
mhm,
coping with it all, you know.
mhm, mhm.
And I guess being the class clown, as people say.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Being the class clown, you're basically being an idiot, giving yourself a showing up, as my wee granny would say. You're giving yourself a showing up for being acting the fool. But if you can make that person who's having a wee bit of a hard time, who's struggling to come out that night, who has come out that night, then yeah, well, here's me. I'm the class clown. I'm going to do some. There's a metal band playing beside us, and I'm doing some ballroom dancing in the middle of the floor, getting a wee shimmy, and they're looking at me as if to say, "What the is she on?"
Just
And
having
then
a
they
bit of
smile and they'll go,
harmless fun.
"Bit of harmless fun." That'll maybe say, "Maybe it's not so bad after all. Maybe I should stay."
Yeah,
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You got to try.
you've got to try, I suppose.
You've got to try and bring someone out of that spell, even if you're at a gig or at Asda's or meeting up for coffee. Someone's offloading on you and they've said what they've had to say, and you start talking small talk and how you doing, and then you start coming away with one-liners and jokes and cracks, and you've made that person smile. That could be the best thing for that person.
Yeah, you could make someone's day.
Exactly, making that person smile through their pain
Mm-hmm.
could be
Yeah,
thing that stops them doing something stupid because you don't know
yeah.
how deep that person is. They're
You
only
just don't
giving you
know.
a skip over their situation. They could be further down the rabbit hole than you even imagine.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
if
I
you
agree
can maybe
100%.
put your hand down and grab that person and say, right, come on, let's have a laugh. Let's have a bite of crack here. Let's go into Asda's and put stupid hats on and take selfies. You've
That's great.
diverted that person. Oh, I've done
Yeah.
that before. They're on my Facebook.
Everyone, check on his Facebook.
Check my Facebook of the shenanigans of my 40th birthday and all the things that I've done through the years. And I look back and go, did I really do that? Growing
Is
old
it
disgracefully, that's what I am, Kat.
we're fine. Is it the old self that you keep referring to?
What do you mean the person that would
What I
crack the
mean
jokes?
what I mean is like, the selfies with the hats on it as this. Is that the old self you keep referring to?
Yeah.
The person that is just not scared of doing something silly like that. And then
Hmm.
just yeah. I get
Yeah.
that. I
I
get
mean,
it.
I could go into, you're walking through and you're going through Primark. I'll pick the most ugliest outfit I can find. And it's maybe gorgeous to someone else, but to me, it's like, oh dear God, I wouldn't even wash the floor with that. But I'll stand there and put a fashion show on and put faces on and make that person smile. Total goofball. I'm that person. I'll walk out with it, give you a fashion show and pull a face and make myself look like Deirdre's next top model just to make you smile.
So you sometimes when at your lowest points you want to go back to that old
Yeah,
self. Yeah,
I go, what's happened to me? How have I ended up like this? That
I get
I
it.
was so confident and reassured before. Now I am a wreck.
Mm.
Well, maybe I'm not a wreck. I'm a work in progress.
Exactly. It is a work in progress.
Mhm.
And you're always progressing. Even when you take a few steps back, work